Welcome back to WeRaceDiecast. Today we wrap up Batch 1 of the Hatchbacks main event with the final 3 groups of Round 2. The 36 Batch 1 cars will have been narrowed down to 8 who will move on to the final bracket at Clutch Mountain. Next week, we kick off Batch 2 back at Clutch Mountain with 36 new cars in the second half of the field. Here's an early look at the final bracket as it stands. The left side of the board will be filled in with 3 new drivers who win their groups tonight. In addition, 2 wildcard spots are up for grabs for Batch 1. Currently, Oliver James sits at the top of the wildcard board with 13 points, and we have a 3-way tie for the second slot. It's going to be interesting to see if these scores will hold and who will advance on to claim the final 2 spots in the finals from Batch 1. Only one way to find out. Let's get to racing. First to race is Group 4, Sam Hall from DRT3K in the orange Ford Focus. Then we got Fern from Fumu Diecast Racing in the faded Subaru. Next up is Goldenau from Goldenau Tattoos in the faded Benz. Lastly is Big Mac from Madness Motorsports in the multicolored Volkswagen Golf. Sam and Fern will start us off up front, Goldenau and Mac in row 2. Mac and Goldenau get tied up on the straight. Sam Hall leads them out in the Focus. Fern flips on his side after the jump, and the back 2 plow right into Fern. They all get past the finish line, but what a hit to open it up. Not the position you want to be in after the jump. Big Mac, nowhere to go, smacks into Fern. Goldenau luckily able to get around. Sam Hall will take the early points advantage after race 1. Goldenau in second, Fern in third, and Big Mac in last. Still 3 to go. Race 2. Fern gets a chance to redeem herself on the pole. Mac on her side, Sam and Goldenau in the back. Fern spins sideways and Sam Hall pushes through. Takes a look on Fern but gets blocked. Able to stay ahead of Mac. Fern picks up the win. Nice recovery by Fern to get the win. Not the cleanest execution, but a win is a win. Sam still at the top with 8 points. Fern with some pressure at 7. Back 2 are back a few points and need to get it going. 2 more to go. Big Mac and Goldenau's time to shine up front. Fern and Sam Hall in the back. Side by side to the turn, but Mac breaks out front. Sliding sideways for the finish. Goldenau is close, but I don't think he got around. Sam and Fern in third and fourth. Sam's still on top with 10 points. He's looking like the fastest car out there. This is his group to lose. But the back 3 only back a few points and real tight at 8 and 7. Anything can happen. 1 to go. Goldenau and Sam up front. Mac and Fern in the back. Need to find a way to stop Sam Hall. Sam breaks away. Fern and Goldenau rub fenders. Mac goes inside for the pass. Sam is all alone for the win, and the back 3 are all over the place. Mac on his roof, but they all get past the finish line. Sam Hall with the strong performance. Dominates the group and will be moving on to the finals. The back 3 are officially out of it. 12 points would have been the minimum to tie for the second wildcard position. Gotta say bye for now to Big Mac, Fern, and Goldenau. Great performances to get this far. No change in the wildcard situation. Octane, Kit, and Reg Dog still tied for that second wildcard slot. 2 more groups. Will they be overtaken, or are we set for a 3-way runoff? Let's find out. Let's get to it. Alright, Group 5. We got Caddy Man representing tires and paint in the number 4 Subaru. Next up is Mr. Dark from Dubious Diecast in the Black 13 Audacious. Then we got Lana Malia from Fumo Diecast Racing in another Subaru. Last but not least is DJ representing WeRaceDiecast in the 26 Mercedes-Benz. Let's get it. Caddy Man and Mr. Dark up front, Lana and DJ in the back. Nice grouping going into the turn. Caddy Man gets out front. Mr. Dark spins, and the back 3 are 3 wide for the finish. Woo! Barely enough room for 3 wide, but they do it. Caddy Man picks up the win. DJ gets second, able to capitalize on Mr. Dark's mistake. Lana unfortunately losing out, picking up last. Caddy with the uncontested win on top in points. DJ in second, Mr. Dark and Lana at the bottom, 3 more to go. Mr. Dark and DJ up front for race 2, Caddyman and Lana in the back. DJ wins the race to the curve and Lana follows right behind. Mr. Dark spins again and Caddyman gets around for third. That's a tough break for Mr. Dark, finishing last on his pole starting race. It's going to be tough to bounce back for the number 13 Audacious. DJ moves up to first in points, Caddy falls back to second. Lana and Mr. Dark now in trouble after 2. DJ and Lana in the front, Mr. Dark and Caddyman in the back. Side by side through the curve, Lana gets on the wall, recovers, but DJ pulls forward for the win. Caddyman in third, and it looks like we lost one. Mr. Dark getting hung up on the jump, not having the night he expected. DJ now has a nice lead over the rest at 13 points. That's a good number to be at, especially with the wildcards tied at 12. Caddyman with 9, Lana with 7, Mr. Dark having a tough night, only 3 points. 1 race to go. 4th and final lap, Lana and Caddy out front, DJ and Mr. Dark in the back. Lana and DJ push forward, seem to be the fastest cars on the track. Over the jump and Mr. Dark makes a run for it. Does he get by DJ? He does, and finally Mr. Dark shows he still has some gas in the tank. It won't be enough, but nice to go out on a high. DJ wins the group with 15 points, and we'll be moving on to the final 16. And look at Lana, finishes with 12 with that win, and welcome to the tie we have for the wild card. Congrats again to DJ representing WeRaceDiecast. We'll be moving on. The wildcard situation just got a little more interesting as we got a 4th car tied for that 2nd slot. One more group to go for batch 1 and we got a hell of a tiebreaker to run currently for the 2nd slot wildcard. Oliver James officially banks his final slot as he is safe with 13 points. All it takes is another 13-point finish to ruin the dreams of the 4 drivers who are tied. Will the points hold? Enough talking about it, let's get to group 6. 6th and final group. First up is Pooter from Golden Now Tattoos in the faded purple Ford Focus. Next up is Lily the Dog from Lily's Boneyard in the masked up Subaru. Then we got Leifer 12 representing TDR in the yellow Honda Civic. And finally Mopar Mac from Mac Racing in the red Subaru. Pooter and Lily the Dog up front, Leifer and Mac in the back. Pooter looking quick, gets out front before the curve. Leifer gets around Lily as well, and Mac with a little pressure at the end for the finish. Pooter getting monster air out front. Then he slides in for the finish. Leifer takes second, Lily in third, barely holding off Mopar Mac. Leifer all over the bumper of Lily before making the pass. Pooter on top in points, Leifer in second, Lily and Mac at the bottom. 3 more to go. Lily and Mac get their shot out front. Pooter slides back with Leifer. Pooter pushes Lily past Mac. And Mac is off the track. Pooter and Leifer also get into it for the finish. Mac just misses the track completely. That's going to hurt his chances moving forward. Lily picking up the win is a nice recovery from race 1. Pooter and Lily up top in points. Leifer back a few. Mac only 1 point after 2 races. His chances are slim to none with 2 to go. Race 3. Mac gets his pole start with Leifer on his side. Lily and Pooter in row 2. Leifer beats out Mac and Pooter takes a look but can't do it. Leifer able to take it all the way. Mac in second, Pooter third, and Lily fourth. Pooter and Leifer now tied for the lead with 1 to go at 10. Lily the Dog back a few at 8, still in the running, and Mopar Mac officially out of it. We got one more to go, and it's a close one. Final race for Group 6. Leifer and Pooter tied for the lead up front, Mac and Lily in the back. Lily and Leifer tag fenders as Pooter races off, and Mac gets under Leifer, makes the pass, and holds on to second. Pooter with the win, Leifer third, and Lily in fourth. Mac with the clutch block to steal second away from Leifer. And look at the points. Pooter gets the win and will move on to the finals, but Leifer finishes with 12, which look at that. Fifth car tied at 12 for that wild card position. If Leifer could have held on to second place, he would have stole that second wild card slot. But Mopar Mac, with a tough night, not in contention at all to move on, able to make an impact at the end. What a way to wrap up Group 6. Congrats again to Pooter for advancing to the finals. And now the wild card situation. And what a situation we have. Oliver James is in the finals and will take slot 1. Slot 2, we have a 5-way tie, and what a lineup it is. Unfortunately, we are out of time tonight for racing, but the 5-car tiebreaker will happen later this week. High Octane, Kit KM, Ragdog, Lana Malia, and Leifer 12 will battle it out in a 5-car race. Only one can move on. This is their second shot to get into the finals. Who will it be? Comment below. We'll find out later this week. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.